You want to know what I miss? I miss this. I miss driving my M. But you want to know what I miss more? It has been exactly 140 days since I drove this car last. The last time that we drove the M3, I had a tire blowout. We're running the Toyo Proxy Sports on it. I ordered the tire that day that it blew out, and it just arrived yesterday. So thankfully, just in the nick of time, right before we get snow, I can finally get this thing back on the road and enjoy it. 140 days, man, without my M3. That's why I've been so sad. It all makes sense. Ugh. I can literally hear the rocks and the sand and the dirt in the windows. The worst part is this car sat outside that whole time. Hopefully my clear coat on my roof is still good. So not only are we putting the new tire on this car today, obviously we need to wash it, but there's also one more thing that drove me crazy on this car, and we're gonna fix that as well. Piston's all confused. I don't think he's ever heard a car this loud. I don't think I've ever seen a car this dirty in my entire life. So the first objective of today, let's get this thing cleaned up. So I got the car all cleaned up. Now, unfortunately, this thing is pretty hammered. Listen to this. It needs a clay bar. It probably should receive a full polish and fresh coating. It's been probably 3 or 4 years since it's been coated, but let's give it a quick clay bar and call that a day. There we go. Hear the difference? Car is fully cleaned, clayed, dried, and back to looking how it did before we abandoned it. Alrighty, let's grab this guy with our blown out sidewall and get our new tire on. And how this happened is this thing had a nail in it, got flat on the way to the shop one day, had to make it to the shop, bulged the sidewall, and then eventually it blew out. Wheel is back on the car, fully torqued down. Next up, let's fix this. Man, oh man, this thing is ridiculous. I've retaped this probably 3 or 4 times now over the course of the ownership of this car, and since I put this unit on, it don't fit right. I didn't dare buy another aftermarket unit, so I went ahead and ordered an OEM BMW. I think they call this the M Sport. Either way, it's a carbon fiber trunk lip made for the E92 chassis. So that one was about $100. I think this one was like $480. So dang near 5 times the price. Let's hope it was well worth it. I'll be honest, I don't even know how this thing is still on the car, because with the light tug, you can see it comes right off. All right, let's get this double-side tape cleaned off with an eraser wheel. And then go ahead and get it perfectly clean with a little bit of Goo Gone. Thought this thing would come with some sort of adhesive, but it did not, so I applied the 3M VHB double-sided tape. Now we go ahead and fit it on the car. Let's hope. Well, I already know. It's like putting an OEM gas lid on. Of course it's gonna fit right if it's an OEM unit. All right, so I start off with the tape peeled back just a little bit and then kind of fold it out. Top, bottom, both sides are like that. Go ahead and line up that edge. All right, I'm very happy with how that's fitting so far. Now it's only taped down from here to here and from here to here. So now we just take our little piece of tape, peel it back, press down, do that on the top and the bottom, and we'll be done. All right, that was definitely well worth the price tag. That thing is going nowhere. Not a single weird gap. Fits like an OEM thing should. Man, oh man, I should have bought this from the start. That's what I try to do nowadays. Just buy the right thing right from the get-go, because usually you spend the money on the good product either way. But then of course now we're out the $100 or $150. That was my biggest gripe, my biggest pet peeve with this car. Let's get it up on the lift. There's one more thing I want to take care of, and then I want to go on a nice little drive. Last thing to take care of on the M3 for the day is this annoying rattle. This mid pipe right here is rubbing on the exhaust shield. So let me do some figuring and see how we can get this exhaust to drop down maybe a 1/4 of an inch, and that should take care of our issue. After 30 minutes of adjustment, I decided, let's just do this the easy way, and I ripped out the rear portion of the heat shield. No matter what I did, man, it was just rubbing nonstop on that heat shield, and now we have all the space in the world. Saved a bit of weight as well, I guess you could say. Now, if we wiggle the exhaust, no rub, no clink. That's gonna be nice. Oh yes, how I missed this car. All right, my friends, the rest of the day, I'm just gonna head up to the nearest mountain and go enjoy the car. It's been a little over 3 months since I touched this thing last, and I wanna go for a nice little rip. So enjoy this raw footage of a very beautifully sounding, supercharged V8 M3.